All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Gregory. I'm a local SEO consultant from FindLaw. And we are on a team of roughly 8 individuals who's responsible for managing the local SEO strategy for all of our clients whom are worldwide. Tonight I was invited to speak to you about local reviews specifically. But before I do that, I want to check in with Fun Facts Fox. He is from a site that I visit frequently. And the first fact that I want to share with you guys today is that if you had invested $100 in Apple in 1994, it would be worth $44,000 today. Pretty incredible. Second, the word strengths is the largest one-syllable word in the English language. Pretty amazing, right? Now that has absolutely nothing to do with my presentation. I just wanted to give this information to you as some added insurance for me, just in case you do not learn anything from my slide. Go home and share this information with your family and friends. So getting into it, I'm going to be talking about why reviews are important, how to efficiently funnel reviews, where to direct your customers, and then how to manage reviews, specifically negative reviews. So first, I want to talk about some review and reputation statistics, and we'll just breeze through these. First, 72% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Second, 52% of consumers are more likely to use a local business if they have positive reviews. And third, just 28% of consumers cite location and/or price as the main decision-making factor in the buying process. So this is great information to have, share with clients to really drive home the point of how important reviews are and how increasingly important they are becoming. Even with this information, you may receive pushback, as I know I have in the past working with clients. And the main point is that they're just too difficult. Clients, like James said earlier, they just kind of roll their eyes when speaking about reviews. So breaking it down, I found this to be effective in communicating that it's important to have reviews. First, just telling them, like everyone here knows in the SEO industry, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's kind of that we reap what we sow mentality. If you put in the hard work right away, you will reap the benefits of it in the end. Also, it's something that you want to bake into your marketing strategy. It's not something that you treat as like a lead gen tool. It's something that should always be at the forefront of your mind. And third, if the product or service is great, customers will feel compelled to talk about it. And this reigns true just simply in the referrals a business gets. So if someone is willing to refer the business, they're more than willing to leave a review. Even with that said, we do face difficulties, as everyone here may face difficulties as well, dealing with clients who may work in industries that may be deemed as, I want to say, unethical for lack of a better term. So for instance, like say a criminal justice attorney or a divorce lawyer in our world, it was very tough facing the task of how to get reviews for clients like that who may not want to put that information online. So what we found is a great strategy, and I suggest doing this as well if you find yourself working with clients like this, is to do a simple Google search in different geos for that market. Because what we found is that for the keyword search Los Angeles DUI attorney, there is a total of 72 reviews spread across 7 listings. And diving even deeper into that, we found out that they spoke not about the why they're there, they spoke about what happened once they got there. So things to keep in mind for industries like this is that you want to speak to the interaction. You know, was the business helpful? Did they provide beneficial answers? Did they set appropriate expectations? A user doesn't have to leave a review and say, I was out Friday night, it was New Year's Eve, I got a DWI, and now I'm speak to the interaction once you got to the business, not what brought you to the business. So now I'm going to talk about how to efficiently funnel reviews. This is something that I was taught by Matthew Hunt, who is a local SEO expert out of the Toronto area. But before I go into that, I just want to go over some do's and don'ts if you plan on implementing this strategy. So first, if you choose to do this, please be aware of the review guidelines for each directory. Don't simply just use this for evil and violate review guidelines. It's kind of common sense. Second, if you do receive poor feedback, remediate that as soon as possible. Don't simply ignore it. And third, please build a diverse portfolio of reviews on separate platforms rather than just funneling it all to one local listing. And granted, Google does have the market share majority, but people are out there looking on other local listings, so they're going to see reviews there and utilize that as well. So with that being said, how to efficiently funnel reviews. So first, you're going to want to create a feedback page on your website if you have one. Add a contact form to that page, obviously. And you can capture any information you want, name, address, phone number, whatever you choose. But make sure that there is a field on that form that measures experience. It's kind of tough to see, but the highlighted box in the screenshot is the place that captures the experience, whether it's good, bad, excellent, poor, doesn't matter whatever word you're choosing. Because what we're going to do is we want to key on that field after the user submits this form. That's the field we're going to key on to where to send them next. So for instance, if excellent was chosen, we want to redirect that user to a page on your website that provides visibility to other local listings. And this is the important part, to be aware of review guidelines, because there are some platforms that you can use that you're not supposed to solicit reviews, and some you're not even allowed to ask for them. So it's important that you're wary of that if you choose to do this. Now, if poor was chosen, we want to redirect that user to a page that simply says, "Thank you, we appreciate you taking the time to leave our feedback." And immediately, using the information captured from the form, contact information, we want to reach out to them, contact them directly to remediate that situation as soon as possible. And what this does is two things, actually. It will promote positive reviews, and then it also at the same time allows you to handle negative reviews in-house rather than once they're already out on the local listing. So now that we know how to get reviews, I'm just going to talk about where your customers should be leaving them. And the truth is, it varies between each industry. It's really different. But the two main players that I suggest being on are Google Plus Local and Yelp. And then the third would be any industry-specific review sites. So, for example, home contracting industry, I believe Angie's List is a good one for them to be on. Another good tool I would suggest using is getlisted.org's tool. They have a great tool. It's called the Best U.S. Citation Sources tool. And what it actually does is it's two lists. It breaks them down by category and by city. And they are listed the most authoritative citation directories in the U.S. So when you compare both, you can really find which ones would be relevant and most efficient to use to funnel your reviews through. Then now third, managing online reviews. I've had many clients who've had 20 plus positive reviews on their listing. They get one negative review and they think it's the end of the world. Truth be told, it's not. We have found some pretty effective ways to remediate negative reviews, and very successful in following this step by step. The first one, if you receive a negative review, address the complaint with the customer privately first. And the reason is because when someone leaves a negative review on your local listing, on any listing, the emotions are very heated, it's hot. And responding publicly could only add fuel to the fire sometimes. So try reaching out via email, telephone, social media, whatever outlet you can, if you still have that information of that customer. And in the end, you could also see that they'd be willing to remove the review if you fix the situation. Second, if you've exhausted the first route, then it's okay to respond publicly. Just simply state that you've tried reaching out and to no avail. You were not able to get a hold of them. You don't say that specifically, but say, please contact us on our main line. We'd be happy to work with you. because this shows that negative review, the person who left that, it shows them that you're willing to work with them, and it also shows potential clients who visit the listing in the future that you're open to listen and work with them as well. So that's kind of my little spiel on reviews. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, Google+, Twitter. I'd love to meet everyone tonight as well. And I'd also like to give a little plug quick for a website that we are launching, or that we have launched, called Local SEO Update. And it's a website started by members of the local team at FindLaw to document recent changes in local listings, because we work with such a large majority of them, so we're able to see updates with them faster than the public may see them. So with that, I will hand it over to Mr. Wakey.